Alright, so we'll cook those 3, 4, and 5. Well, 50 arrows. Where are they coming from? Whoa. That looked like a pretty steep angle. That was a lot closer than I assumed it would be. Let's get some rocks. Space rocks. We need 10 space rocks. There's 2. Another 2. I'm hopeful I can get all 10 that we need here. Come on. What happened to the 2s? One more. Alright. So we got the amount we needed. Now we can fill up the meteor shredder when we head back. For the arrows, we just need sticks and a knife to whittle them, essentially. Yeah, we're almost maxed out over here. I really... Do I want to keep doing wooden boxes? I probably should. I got the same problem now. I don't want the whole stack. I'd rather stockpile it here. But if I right-click, the whole stack, or however much I can hold, transfers. I guess that'll be fine. Ah, damn it. It was pretty much the whole stack. Fine. That is going to be a lot of arrows. That's fine. Do it. Break my knife. I don't care. Go ahead and turn this in. Not sure if you can right-click to do the whole thing here, or what it would do. Alright, marksman level max increased. More skill, more rep. Got any more missions? I think from now on it'll probably just be go kill lowlifes if he gives me anything. Oh, nope, the iron crossbow. That's right. I forgot about that one. So we kept one of the regular crossbows, right? We did. So you have to go through a building block process where you start with the base item. So we start with the homemade crossbow, then it converts that into a crossbow, and then it converts that into an iron crossbow, needing additional materials each time. And then you can also go all the way up to the homemade crossbow Mark III. So we've got that one. That's the one we would need to build, and I would need these parts, so we might have it. And we've got it, but we don't have a workbench built yet. So I'd have to get a workbench together to do that one. And then that one we also have the parts for. So we could get to an iron crossbow. And the only thing I'm short for Mark III is the 3 springs, which we can get at pretty much any metal site. It's pretty nice. 7785 base damage, long range, armor pen of 5.9. Low noise, and it doesn't mention it, but it has like 3 ammo capacity. It's a repeater. I think it's 3. It's been a while since I made it. But I have to go through the process twice in order to get it done because he wants that one for the quest. So, workbench, which I didn't want to put down right away, so I might forego this for now, is there. Not too tough. Pretty minor items. So we could definitely put that together. Do I want to, though? I guess I could get rid of it later when I move my crap. I wish you could build those kinds of things out of the boxes. Unfortunately, you cannot. All right. Boards, sheets, nails, wire. Nails, wire. There we go. Sheets. Boards. Oh, don't have enough space. Oh, that's right. I'm going to get rid of this meteor rock for now. All right, stone hammer and 4 iron scrap, and we're all done. Workbench is up. And again, when you get close enough to the device, it puts a little green item down here to tell you you're in range, and you can, use it for crafting. So now, if we open our main box, and we go to firearms, we have the crossbow, and now we're missing iron scrap for the last one. Not a surprise. Let's go ahead and put that away for now. That is too many arrows. 10 kilograms of arrows. Split that. Split that. Food's getting a wee bit low. All right, all our statuses are up to date. We just need a little bit of iron scrap. We do not have... That's just general. Well, hey there, Quack. What you got, buddy? Oh, you got all sorts of fun stuff. Ooh, the water condenser blueprint. Problem there is I could get the blueprint pretty easy, but then the condenser itself takes those expensive filters. Oh, sniper tower blueprint. Unfortunately, this guy's going to die. He's not going to stick around. I don't have the cash for that nonsense. The trainster we could get. The snail wagon. I like the snail wagon. Oh, that's sell the snail wagon. I'd spend 33 to get the snail wagon blueprint. I like the snail wagon. It's probably better for multiplayer because it seats up to 5. We used it in our co-op game with my friend Makem. That 120 storage space is awesome, especially since with upgrades you can double it to 240. Yeah, I am. I might buy the biodiesel. I don't have enough. Yeah, I gotta make some cash so we can buy some of these other recipes when they show up like this. Unfortunately, like I said, he's gonna get killed pretty quick. Anybody else wandering around? That's the wood generator. Yeah, we don't have a metal generator here. We got stone and we got wood. How many hides did I end up with? Only the one? Only the one. Guess I don't need to carry that since we weren't able to buy the gun I wanted. Get the other shoulder pad in. Guess I could make the ball gun. Ooh. Ooh, never mind. I didn't even realize I could make these this easily. Oh, we're missing a spring. Go get a spring so we can get the ball machine gun going. Who's out here fighting like a champ? Just one of the random NPCs. Where are you at? Metal piles? I think that's one right there. Most of the way to junk hole. I think I'll grab the metal and we'll stop in a junk hole real quick. See if anything's auto-produced that I want to take back. Springs, please. No springs? That sucks. I'm gonna have to wait on those. Doesn't produce springs. I'm not in desperate need of that material. Ooh. It's a goodly amount of plates. That's going to fill me up, though. That produces actual bearings, but it takes balls to make and plates. We don't want that one. Alright. Hey, scrapper. Remind me again? Yeah, 220 gold for the filter. Ouch. Find a coil. Probably get one in one of these vehicles. We're already at max capacity on the leather after picking up all those plates, though. I still don't have my springs. Let's temporarily... clear a bit of inventory. We'll bang on some cars real quick, see what we find. I saw that shadow passing over my head. I was like, is that a moon or am I about to get dropped on? I was about to get dropped on. Not armor plates. Not now, at least. I don't think I've seen the truck. I don't think I've seen anything bigger than a snail wagon. This is going really poorly for having the salvage skill that we do. Well, there's a heat transformer. Oh, we were finding stuff we couldn't hold. Multiples. That's what I need to be selling the other market. Crap. Now we're back to no space anywhere to hold stuff. Okay. I think I'm going to make a quick trip over to Ron's. We'll see if we can put any of these parts into the vehicle there. At least we got cactus leaf that time. No circuit boards directly, but these are made, or these are used to make these. Need a workbench to actually craft it, though. Alright, well, that gets a few of the specialty items out. I think I'll... Well, there's no real point stockpiling here. Yeah, let's run back. We got the big stuff out of the inventory at least. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Hammer is broke. I have to use up the last of my repair kit probably to get it fixed again, so we won't get that many more parts. I did not get the springs I needed. I think there's another metal pile over that way. Maybe I can dig springs out of the junk pile. I don't remember if they show up in the junk piles. Oh, well, there's the other vehicle I was looking for earlier. Wish I had known. There's the sand cruiser, 120, would go to 240. I wish I had put the parts in here instead, because this is where I can get the parts directly. So, I can't yank them out of that other vehicle anymore, unfortunately. So this is where we're going to put the parts from now on. So I need to come over here with as many repair kits as I can put together. And the stone hammer and just smash cars and get all this filled in. That's the hard part right there. The high pressure heat accumulator. 8 of them. So it will take a while. The rest of the parts are inconsequential. It's just this middle section right here. Alright. Damn it. I wish I had noticed that before. That would be the thing we need 8 of. Nah, I still don't want the armor plate. Alright, we'll use the circuit breakers to make the... we only need the ECU on this one. Alright. Let's... 7% left. Alright, let's go ahead and bang away until this... all my repair kits are dead. Hey, there's a spring. I forget how many I needed. Ooh, 2 CU. Voltage stabilizers. So many traverses. Not too many guys putting pressure on the area at the moment either, it feels like. Okay, traverses are done. Fill those in. ECU's done. That's done. Gotta save those, save or sell that. Yeah, we're gonna, if I'm gonna do this kind of thing, we're gonna need storage over here. Are we carrying the rest of this, or do we dump it into a building? Might be better just to haul this stuff back, get this dumped into the depot. Exactly 100%. I have a couple of rags. That's the armor. Yeah, let's go drop this stuff off real quick. That's the one that did not have enough springs. Or any springs. Yeah. Alright, we got some fetching and hauling to do. Egg. A lot of guys in the perimeter walking their way in. Oh, we finally hit the max. Not going to let me go anymore. Let me go over the kilogram limit, but not the volume limit. Well, that's a second problem. We have nails for another box. I need a few more boards. Oops. Another thing to know is if you're placing items, sometimes they don't quite line up properly. If you hold the control key, you can get a micro rotation instead of without having this larger rotation. So if you want to very accurately get an angle, just hold control when you scroll wheel the mouse. Thought I had grabbed enough. Oh, I don't think I grabbed what was in here. Alright, that should cover our needs for a little bit. I'll need to sort things out a little better. So we'll put like weapons and ammo and clothing in a different box. Yeah. Oh, I did just need that one spring. Awesome. We have a ball machine gun. That means I can ditch the crossbow for now. I might still upgrade it because it's actually very powerful. Especially if we can get it up to that final stage. That'll be after we do the quest. Okay, so that there. We've got the regular crossbow. That's the sharpshooter's crossbow of the long shot, which if you upgrade with that, it gets rid of all of the bonuses. So the game has affixes that work like Diablo, where sharpshooters means specifically one of the bonuses down below, probably the minus 25% recoil bonus in the middle, and then the long shot would be the 20% range bonus. There are both negative and positive adjustments, so you got to be careful when you look at these that you know which one you're getting. Some of them are pretty terrible. So Yeah, we're not going to use that right now. So let's go ahead and store that. I don't need the bolts or arrows. Anything else I want to transfer? Let's move the... Put those and those into the depot for now. Dehydrated. Getting closer. As soon as I get the depot built, all my crap's going to get moved over here. So the depot's done. We'll put foot lockers on one side. And I'll put other stuff on the other sides. But this will be our primary location. Another big thing the game has that if I can get the money for, it might behoove me to use it early, but I just don't see a need for it. I thought it was cool at first, but from a functional standpoint, I'm less enamored with it. I think it's more useful in a multiplayer PvP environment. But you can purchase blueprints for underground bunkers, and you just hit the build key, you pick the design, and it just puts a little hatch or manhole cover down on the ground that you interact with, and when you press on it, it brings up the build menu like the other things. You feed all the materials in, and as soon as you finish doing that, poof, a bunker appears underground. You just click on the open hatch, and it drops you down into the bunker. That'd be great for having a hidden base that other players can't find easily, because it's just a tiny hatch on the ground, so it's not obvious where your base might be. And you can set up your bed and your workbenches and your storage. You can't get your vehicle in there, as far as I know. So that would still be an identifier for where you're at. But, I mean, it's pretty cool. But from a single-player perspective, I just don't see the value. It just takes too much time to drop into it, come back out of it, all that kind of stuff. I'd rather just have all the stuff up top. Plus, you can't build a 1,000/1,000 storage depot in the bunker. And given the amount of loot and crap you have to accumulate, I don't think I could ever separate myself from that depot. Alright. I haven't freed up quite enough space yet for everything I want to do. Let's get this out of here. Let's make this spare vehicle parts and other special items for now. Okay, keeping that stuff. Guess I should drink something. We're really getting crazy thirsty. Literally crazy thirsty. As my insanity meter goes up. Alright, hydration's taken care of. Now we've got to rest for a moment. Forgot what I was missing for the iron crossbow. $28 skill points sitting around. I need to finish quests for the scavengers at the junkyard again to get this unlocked further, so I can just instantly dump points in. Yeah, good enough. Iron crossbow. Which is... what do you want? Sell ammo. 308 Winchester. Super expensive. We won't be doing that for a while. Let's turn that one off. Don't need to look at that. Coil we might get. That we're going to do as soon as we head back to Mike's, and this will happen as time passes. Alright, so we got that done. We got our ball machine gun. I need to make sure I grab the ammo for the ball machine gun. So we got 57 now. I do need to go back to Aces to feed that machine again. I need this for other purposes too, though. Let's go with the 57. We might find or be able to make more. Alright, so let's see. I gotta think, do we go back to the local spot, keep banging on cars? Actually, I need to know if I can make more repair kits so I can repair my stone hammers. What are we missing for the repair kits? Tools. I'm going to be missing goat skin. Haven't seen goats recently. Alright, so that's going to limit me 50% on the repairs for that. $57%. Need the rest of that. Nope. Nope. Cargo backpack. I need the hat. I need a hat. I need to go out further to get the loot so I can kill things that might give me a hat. Or find sites that I can loot that'll have a hat. They're not terribly rare, and there's like half a dozen different kinds that give you 20% heat resist. This one's only 10%. I need the hat, and I need a piece of chest armor. This one gives 13%, but tons of heat stress, which I don't want. Iron chest plate's even worse. 20% and 8 heat stress. Plastic is 20% with only 2. I need that. So I need 4 plastic sheets. We had a plastic maker here in this town. I want to say it's in this town. How many? Ooh, finally have 6 plastic scrap. We don't have anything generating plastic here. That's the wood. This is the sheet maker, but I need scrap to feed into it. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. Yeah, we don't have it here. Alright. Close. Close. I definitely need to get that. If we can get a decent 20% hat and the chest piece, then we'll be in good shape for heat. Alright. Let's get some of these cooked up, and I gotta decide. Alright, stats are looking good. Back to Ace. Let's reload, and then we'll go back to Ace. We'll see. I don't need the lady, except for to turn those 7 mail deliveries in and grab as much as I can of the drug deliveries for the return trip, so we can get stocked up a bit on some rusty nuts. And we'll bring back some more ammo for our machine gun. We did get a little bit of ammo production done over there, so it should be stocked up a bit. That should last me for a bit. All right. Don't need that one. I need the coil. This might unlock the next ranking for our scavenge skill. So we definitely need to use our hammer on some vehicles to see if we can grab a coil. All right. Let's do Mike's first, or ammo Ace. I'm torn. I could just spend a bunch of time and resources trying to get the vehicle up and running, but I don't have liquid containers yet, and I don't have any production of the fuel. You can find fuel in those barrels out in the wild, but you gotta have something to pour it into. So we're kind of in a bit of a chicken and an egg situation. Don't see any goats. No metal production. No cactus on... No, there's a cactus on the way. It's weird what the game remembers and what it randomizes. So that's a trader, or is that the lowlife? That's the lowlife with a backpack. Yeah, lowlife walker. There's another guy with a light that's actually a trader. Whole lot of nothing. Get that sorted out. 40 rounds. Oh, yeah. Oh, goatees. Range on these attacks is just weird. Got the hide, got the fat. Ah, we got the whole cluster of 4. Awesome. Another hide. We're going to fill up on goat parts before I get to do anything else. And I'm okay with that. We're still pretty deep in goat debt in regards to fat and hides in particular. I need to get that other backpack up, which is the primary reason why I'm worried about the heat numbers, because that backpack's got a lot of heat stress added onto it. So I need to make sure we're covered with some heat resistance in other ways. All right. Any chance she has returned? Not in the building. There she is. All right. Let me go get my mail. Hopefully I can carry it all. Let's go get our ammo before I turn these in. 42. That gets us up to... Didn't I have more than that? I thought that's what I started with. What the hell? Didn't drop on the ground. I'm really confused. Did I leave the other ammo at home? Oh no, I loaded it into the gun. That's why. Never mind. Yeah, 40 rounds went in there. All right, and then the remainder got stacked into that. All right, don't mind me. Just losing my mind over here. Get back here. Need to trade with you before you die again. Okay, we are delivering the mail. And I'm going to take as many of this one as we can buy and carry. I don't know if it's got different weight. Ooh, yeah, we're almost. I think all the goat parts are unfortunately making me heavy. Don't have room. Alright, we'll go with 2 for now. I don't want to ditch any of the rest of this stuff. It's pretty important. I don't need to deal with anybody in there. I'm not going to loot the general building items. I got the important stuff, which is goat parts and the delivery and the quest. Yeah, let's get back. Didn't bring out more metal to feed into that thing. Alright, I got no room to stop at Frank and Ron's with a junk hole. So we'll just make a trip back. Deliver our precious cargo. Need to go check the junk hole, see if we can get the plastic we need to put that chest piece together. We can get that together, and then I can look at getting the big cargo pack, and then we'll be in pretty good shape. And it might be time for another trip out to Mike's after that. Whoa! Oh yeah, I want me one of those. This a new one? I really shouldn't waste my ammo on those kinds of guys. It is a new one. Yes, please. Yes, yes. Overweight yet? No. I think we'll have to wait on the rest. We'll run back out and grab it though, since it's pretty close. Alright, cargo. Make some more money. Okay, gets us up to 500. I need to make that run a couple more times, just to really stock us up. Hey, you. Now I can buy it, of course. Now she shows up. I need none of this and 20 per 5, huh? So, 100 per 25. At the rate I can make money doing the runs for the mail and the drugs, that might be the better way of actually producing it. Save my raw metal. Because right now... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Where is it? There's a Yeti running around here somewhere. He's killing all the NPCs. Where are you, Yeti? Oh, shit. Come on, dude. Come on, sniper. Do your job. Hello to the Yeti. At least we got some fat out of him. 19 bones. Craft, materials, bone cement, all of it. Yeah, once you get the machine gun, at least you can take down the Yeti a lot easier. Don't try to melee that guy. Well, I guess you could. He hits really hard, though. Not sure how many of my NPCs he might have taken down. Well, that was one of the NPCs. Marksman double-barrel shotgun of the Outrider. And some 7.62 ammo for some reason. See, there's an example of bad affix. Crossbow of the shit. Minus 25% damage. Minus armor pen. Higher rate of fire is good, but higher recoil significantly. So, you know. So we don't need that piece of crap. Not sure, that was probably one of the guardsmen. More plastic scrap. Alright, I think that clears most of the obvious corpses for now. What the hell was I doing? I got distracted when I heard the Yeti in the area. Double barrel shotgun. We'd have to go dig up the junk mounds. 10% armor pin bonus. Better 50% range bonus. Minus 40% recoil. Jeez. That's quite the shotgun. Yeah, we might have to go find some buckshot. Scrounge up some buckshot for that thing. It's still going to prepare my ball gun for general use, but that could be fun. Okay, inventory is reset. Still no liquid container. The two things I need hides for right now. Liquid container. That one, which I could do now. But it takes all 4 of the hides. And then I think I also need it for the backpack. Yep, need 4 for the backpack. So I can make the backpack right now. Go grab 20 of the boards. I think the backpack is more important. I'm just worried about my heat. I don't have the better hat and the chest piece. So 4 plastic sheets. Do I have the 10 minimum I need? I've got 12. All right, let's go see. I don't know how quickly this thing produces. We'll come back in a bit and see how that does. Let's go ahead and make the backpack. I think that'll have the biggest impact. At least I'll be able to use it at night effectively. And portions of the day. So, craft. It's going to hit the ground. I need to move everything out of here. Let's put you over here. Drop you on the ground temporarily. Craft. Cargo backpack. Oh, I forgot to grab the 20 wood. I'm gonna need the backpack to go grab the 20 wood. Cargo backpack. Oh yeah. Look at that svelte looking thing. Sleek. How aerodynamic. Alright, now we can pick the rest of this stuff up. I don't think I need the leather backpack anymore. But let's throw it in here temporarily. Okay, another big thing off the list. We're in the good stuff for the backpacks. That gives us 80 and 100. 80 kilograms and 20 or 100 liters. We were at like 20 and 25, so 4 times more. So that's going to help a ton with relocating, especially those vehicle parts as needed. Get some more water. And I think we're done with the steak-related quests for the moment. So let's cook up a couple of steaks. Give me my cactus leaves. And my tomato soup. You get pretty good hydration as well as nutrition out of the steaks, especially compared to the ribs. Food. This lighting and fog combination is pretty rough. Alright, pretty good. Alright, what's next? Let's go ahead and sharpen up our plank with nails. It's doing okay. We're good here. Let's see. Oh yeah. Let's see if we've gotten... Jeez, you guys been murdering up a storm over here. Always happy to see garlic. I think we're good on the knives. Oh, only need 2 more. Only need 40 more low lives. We haven't seen any bone crushers showing up yet. They're going to show up eventually. I think they're keyed to kind of the upgrade level of the settlement. Once we start building up a few things and finishing some of these buildings we're working on. I'm going to hang out until we've got our 4 plastics so I can make that chest piece to make sure that we're hopefully good on our temperature. But the only other improvement, like I mentioned, is a better hat, which we'll get when we go outbound. Excuse me. I guess I could search some of these local things. We might find some stuff while we wait for that plastic. I think we're about halfway through the major components of the depot, being the metal plates. And we set some for production, I forget, at the local junkyard? Or was it over at Mike's? I don't remember.